Creativity is a gift, just like art. You can improve the skills using different materials, different techniques. That's all possible. You cannot teach someone art. My dream was not flying something like this or driving something like this, but creating something like this. Create something to solve the problem of people on Earth. It's something I want to leave behind for our generation and for generations to come. So that's how it started. My name is Raina Farag, and I'm the creator of a transportation system of the future. TRIXYFORMER is a complex project. My idea of an individual transportation system of the future, and that is based on a motorcycle which docks into other devices for long distances or for water traveling. Basically, all together here, you will be sitting on that motorcycle just like in a car, and then have the motorcycle be equipped with a docking system which can dock that motorcycle into an airplane, a gyrocopter, a helicopter, a train wagon, a boat, a trailer, or a lawnmower, for instance. Starting a huge project like the TRIXYFORMER was an easy task. Okay, we'll go from the other side. So we started with an easier project of making gyrocopters. This is a gyrocopter for flight schools and intermediate pilots. Has aviation engine of 100 horsepower. I was born in Alexandria in Egypt and moved to Europe here at an early age and started my education in Vienna. And I graduated as a mechanical engineer for aerodynamics and aircraft design. It has a fuel consumption of about 15 liters per hour. So we're talking about some range of about 4 hours of flying and about a distance of more than 600 kilometers. Forming a team is a very important thing for me. I'm sure that the team working on this project and believing on it is going to bring it to an end and going to see it someday. Giga is now working on the engine, and Yanni is working on the electrical system. And this aircraft should be tested and being flown tomorrow, and it will be delivered next week. Our newest baby, a complete open gyrocopter, side by side. It's easier for the instruction. Here's another compartment here. My military service gave me a chance to be a pilot. After the service, I discovered very quickly that this is not for me. I don't want to be a pilot. I started looking for a job in the engineering field. So when I see a gyrocopter, I think of a really very nice flying machine. It can fly very slow, and it can do a lot of work here for inspection and for observation, but it can fly fast enough to cover distances as well. Not as fast as an airplane, but it's still faster than a helicopter. It's very simple, very easy to fly, and very safe. Dreaming of flying, you always think of a bird. A bird flies wherever it wants. It can land on any place it wants and can take off anytime it wants, as long as that bird is able to see where it's flying and it's not raining, so birds are flying and flying anywhere they want. The rotor here is not driven by the engine like a helicopter. the propeller is driven by the engine like an airplane. And just while moving forward, the wind itself rotates the rotor here and carries the gyrocopter in the air. Well, people ask me normally, how long can you fly this airplane in the air? I say, well, it's not actually the airplane, it's my bladder which makes the difference here. So, so I have to go down here to have a coffee, maybe something to drink, or go to the bathroom, and that actually limits everything here, not the size of the tank, actually. I like flying, I like being a pilot, but I like being an engineer much more than being a pilot. Creating flying machine, creating an aircraft is a lot more interesting for me than just flying. I always dreamed of being an engineer, and I remember the time when I was a little young man and started making service for my father's car, and one day I took the carburetor and all parts out of it here, and so he had an appointment, came down to the garage, looked and saw the car here, and then he said, oh, better call a taxi now. So he was very cool about it. It was really fun. And so he always called me Mr. Engineer. Mr. Engineer, that's what he used to say to me. Reaching goals is not an easy thing, and you have to sacrifice. Hey, hello. You have to give something to reach something. It doesn't just go as easy and as simple. Then you have to sacrifice something for that. It doesn't happen very often, you know, so that we have family and, but friends, there are many friends here. I mean, my wife comes from time to time here, and we enjoy also having a dinner together. For me, actually, I have also to sacrifice, but my family did much more. Hi guys, how are you doing? My greatest pleasure and my greatest hobby actually in life is designing and creating something different, something new actually. Not just different because it's different, it has also to make sense. Great rotator, so did we cut the holes here?
Yes, yes.
Are they big enough here? Should be okay. How are you, Captain? I enjoy doing this very much, so sitting quiet and working in late hours in the night, refining and polishing all of these ideas and putting it on the computer on a CAD system and looking at it from different views and try to make it perfect. Water is enough, so everything is in place, everything looks good, and then we can go and start our flight. I always dreamed of flying cars. When I was a kid, I saw something in the newspaper of a car flying, and that attracted my attention and made me dream of something like this. Overcoming gravity is the most difficult part of the project. Making that vehicle to go in the third dimension up in the air and fly. Weather factor is a very important factor which limits all of these applications. But docking into a train, docking into a truck, for instance, to take you on the Autobahn or in highways for long distances, this could be the major solution for this. You still have your own vehicle with you, you still have your luggage in it, you still have the vehicle you have chosen with the colors and the equipment you want with you to use it in the city or you at your destination when you cover that long distance in a train or in a truck. I will take it apart now. First part we start with here is taking the electrical connection here between the gyrocopter and the motorcycle off. This is actually what's telling the glass cockpit what's attached behind it. Some people call them crazy ideas. Some people call them innovative ideas. It comes to the same result, I guess. You might be able to call them crazy too. The next one here is that we just connect in here. It's the same part on the other side as well. And then we have the two attachments here in the back. These are the safety parts here, so we have to take them off. And we are ready to go. So, are you ready? Our vision is to have a simple vehicle in different categories to fit for every budget. And you only need to buy the vehicle for your daily use. You can drive that motorcycle to an airport and rent the aircraft part which docks into that motorcycle for the trip. You don't have to buy it. My dream started when I was 15 years old, when I was a child. It's always a great feeling when you see that your idea works and that what you have created does what you have expected. It's always a great feeling. My dream is to see this project reaching the maturity that we can make the automotive industry and the aviation industry and the railway industry to believe in it, to support it and apply it. This is my wish.